Unavoidable male canon events.
Male
See what I'm
Canon
talking about.
events. First up, Fumbling, a 10 out of 10. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the worst ones in my opinion. Reason why we've all been through this. There's always been that one girl that you thought you had in the bag. I mean, she was fine, beautiful, gorgeous. I mean, in your mind, she goes band for band with SZA, Lotto, and Ruby Rose. Like, you feel me? And for some wild reason, you think you actually have a chance with that girl. And you try to get her, and you're doing good, and then randomly one day she just goes. And for the
Now you can say you watch these videos, Sparky's thoughts.
the rest of that week, you're just contemplating, scrolling through your text, looking at what you could possibly have done wrong. Thinking maybe she forgot about the text, maybe you said a weird joke, or just something random. Just whatever your brain can imagine for her to actually ghost you, because of course, it's not just you. Well, nigga, hate to break it to you, she likes a guy and it's not you. Game is game. And the worst part about it is that oftentimes the next week,
That's like, this is relatable, but I wouldn't say a 10 out of 10, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Every girl that ever did some crazy shit to me, bro, it's like I gained some fucking sense and I realized, like, bro, like, it wasn't even that deep, nigga. She ain't look that good. Like, Fumbling a 10 out of 10, I feel like that's, like, really specific. Like, really specific. The thing is, too, like, when people say fumbling implies that, like, it's your fault or you missed out on something good, or, like, you had something good going and you ruined it. But half of the time when niggas talk about fumbling a 10 out of 10, it was a situation of them dealing with someone else and it was completely out of their control. So can you even really say fumbling a 10 out of 10? I don't know.
week, she ends up hard launching with her new man. And when you see him, it's somebody you don't even think is better than you. Well, brother, hate to break it to you, but he is. And then when they eventually break up, you're gonna be right back on her feet, begging for her to take you back. But before that, you will go through the I hate that bitch phase. After every man goes through a heartbreak, they always hate the girl for a little bit. It's inevitable, bro. Every single bad thing that you've noticed and garnered about her in the past couple of years, it just kind of comes flowing back into your brain in one rushing, angry moment until it eventually boils over and you realize you don't really hate her.
Right with Prime,
You still go through the phase.
yeah.
Then you get sad and you're a little bit depressed and you're wondering why.
First Prime sub. I think this is my first Prime sub. I don't fucking know. Either way, thank you though, bro. I fumbled a 10 out of 10 multiple times. That's because I'm stupid at taking hints. Oh yeah, you kind of, yeah. At that point, it's like, damn. Not gonna lie, when you fumble a 10 out of 10, it's honestly better in your favor. Depends on what you mean by fumble, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It really depends on what you mean.
I didn't work out. Maybe you'll never find love again. Maybe something else won't happen. I don't know. You just stress. But usually you end up doing all of this stressing late at night. Which leads you to the third male canon event. 3 a.m. motivational workout. I can speak for all of us. We've all been through. Whether it was a breakup or a heartbreak, or maybe you just realized you're a bum. You went through that phase where you thought at 3 a.m. in the morning you was gonna change the world. You started doing push-ups, started watching David Goggins videos. And you're up all night feeling motivated and thinking that you're finna rule the world. You're finna be the most swole, chiseled, drizzled, gizzled, diggled, fadiddled, top tier man.
What the fuck was that?
And then you wake up after you pass out on the floor from doing all of them push-ups. Look at your surroundings, realize your room is still dirty, and then eventually come to the realization that you'll never be that guy. But you know something else that can send you into this motivational arc? Canon event number 4, going bold. I promise you, every single person watching this video has gone through this phase, and most of the time it's because of your dad. Brother, I am gonna tell you right now, for the first 5 years of my life, I had to be completely butt naked.
See, the thing is though, bro, the reason I hate 3 a.m. motivation, bro, is because, like, it never lasts, bro. Like, literally, like 5 seconds after that motivation, bro, you just, like, you're immediately tired. You don't feel like doing shit. Like, you can never feel good the day after that. It always got to be a shitty day. It's like all the good feeling comes in, just goes into that motivation.
Michael Jordan bald, because when my dad was 28, he stopped growing hair, and ever since that day, he decided that he didn't want me to grow hair either. And it was the most aggravating thing of my life.
I don't know why black people do this, bro. Like, why do they just like they kids bald, bro? Like, I don't understand.
And I'm sure every single one of y'all went through that same thing. And the worst part about it is that after he allowed me to have hair, he only allowed my hair to get to a certain length, which is known as the bald phase, which most of us have gone through, especially black children. And the worst part about this is that back then, when I was growing up, the mohawk was very popular. It was during the LaMelo, Odell mohawk phase, and everybody and their mother.
There was 2 eras of mohawk. It was like the 2010 to 2012 phase where, like, we didn't know enough about hairstyles to do anything else but a mohawk. And so niggas were just doing it, and then there was that phase. those were not real mohawks. Niggas really like nigga. I had like the like this like nigga mohawk. This was like a little fade, that type of vibe. These were actually not bad. Well, maybe not this, but the LaMelo bullshit, that shit was not that bad. Not to boast, but I pocketed $600. That's great. Now let me get 50 of that. To be successful, discipline is more important than motivation. That's a fact. That is true. Mohawk came back in 2016-17 through the blonde hair tips because of Odell Beckham. That's not really a mohawk though. Like, oh my, let me fix my mohawk. Actually, it's not really a mohawk. I wouldn't classify that as a mohawk. That's like a, I don't know what I call it. But like mohawks is like nigga, like what I had in like 2011, bro. It was like really a mohawk, bro. Like the goddamn Chris Anderson Miami Heat 2012, bro. I hated the mellow era. Every nigga in my 6th grade class had that. Nah, word. And then some niggas ain't have the hair type for it either, so they just look like fucking Davis instead of LaMelo Ball. When I was 6, I asked my dad for braids, and he told the barber to shave my shit. I was holding back my tears. Nigga literally gave you the opposite of what you wanted, bro. Mind you, if you didn't ask for braids, he probably would have left you with a little bit of hair. But like, nigga, you asked for braids, so he gave you nothing, nigga. Shined your shit. It's tough.
Wanted a mohawk, and I wanted that so bad, but no, I couldn't get it because my dad said, and I quote, if you get a mohawk, you have to walk around naked everywhere because the Mohawk tribe did. Yeah, I don't know why that nigga said that. That was some fucked up shit.
Damn, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. Like, I wish parents would put more creativity. YN Jamal. Oh, I wonder who that is. I really wonder who that is, bro. Could y'all want to take a guess as to who YN Jamal is that just followed me a few seconds ago? Y'all want to take a guess?
But basically, he was just trying to get me to be bald like him. So, hey, yeah, I guess it kind of worked. For a little bit. Now we got these. But something else that dads often made us do was help them around the house. And one thing that I know for sure that we all went through was our dads getting mad at us when we didn't hand them their tools fast enough. My brother in Christ, I have almost been shot, I'm not gonna do that because, you know, life. Heck, I thought I had AIDS at one point. But I have never been more scared in my life than when I used to help my dad do work around the crib. Because for some reason, dads just have a big fascination with doing mechanical work around the house. And while they're actively doing this act of stupidity, most likely messing up the whole house, they decide to exert their frustrations on their kid that they told them to help. And my brother in Christ, I know every single person watching this video can relate. If you didn't hand your dad that tool as soon as he asked you to, or if you moved a tiny little bit when he asked you to shine the flashlight somewhere, the amount of anger and rage that man will exert onto your body would be scarier than meeting a polar bear in the Arctic.
I promise you, bro. Black parents, nigga, are the reason why you grew up awkward as hell in life, scared to fuck up, bro. Cause I promise you, nigga, like, it's just something about punctuality that just, I don't know what it is, bro. It's like they just have to do that shit. Like, you just have to be fast as hell. And you can't get anything wrong. Like, not every minute detail has to be on point, bro. They on your ass. That shit was scary. Hated doing shit.
Who hasn't eaten
my sub bags?
Hey, honestly, I've experienced a lot of trauma from doing stuff like this. Like, the amount of trauma I've gone through from just holding tools is probably equivalent to the slaves back in olden times. But after this, as a kid, you know, you can get pretty traumatized, scared, but also angry from what your father did. So angry that you even think about potentially fighting him. It would also be the worst mistake you ever made in your life because he will beat your ass. Every single man in his life has thought about fighting his dad. I say,
here's the thing, guys. There's something called grown man strength. It's not strength that's achieved through working out. It exceeds that. It's not strength that's achieved through really any means other than just, nigga, you just been alive for a long time. I don't know what it is. You just hit a certain age, probably like 26 and up, and then it's just like, nigga, it's just a certain strength that you just can tap into. Like, your limbs get stiffer, you low-key, your body starts deteriorating, but it's just this one pocket of strength that just you can't, no child or nigga that's under that age can exceed, bro. I don't know what it is. Now I know more than him. Oh no, my color changed? It did, didn't it? Ah, that's what's up. Russ Talented is now following. Interesting. But yeah, bro. What's pop, yo? What's good, Russ? Welcome, first time chatter. Tell us about yourself. They never do, but hopefully you do.
They fighting for a reason because you will never beat them. I don't know what it is about fathers, but like they will never lose.
I don't know what it is.
Period. Especially if it's fists. Like you could be 6'5", 280. Matter of fact,
the
you
nigga don't even gotta know how to fight, bro. I promise you, he get one hand around your neck, nigga. That's the bell, nigga. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like the ref could keep counting, bro. You lost. It's just nothing you can do.
Call you his pappy, but as soon as you run into your 5'9" father, he will beat the living breaks out of you. And even though we all wanted to fight our
eating
father,
75
none of us
cookies from now and last night. 7. How the fuck are you? Are you planning on being alive next year, bro? You need to chill. What the fuck? 75 cookies. Pray for us, guys, because this nigga is tripping, bro. 75 fucking cookies, nigga. I know your titties got titties and your neck got a neck.
Have actually did it because we knew the reality of that. I actually almost did it one time, and there's a reason why I said almost, because I realized very soon that I would get my ass absolutely plastered. And I love my life way too much to ever do that to myself. Once you realize that you can't possibly beat your father, you go from fight to flight.
Hell yeah.
Which leads me to thing number 6,
get his hands on you.
Running away. Every man has thought about running away from home. Brother, I don't
think that's the way you want to get them, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. But hey man, listen, I guess you gotta work with what you got. Explain to you how many times I thought about running away as a kid. The crazy part about it is I live in a 2-parent household, suburban home, live in Nashville, Tennessee, a predominantly white city. I live in the suburbs of the suburbs. You will see white people walking their dogs and kids playing in the street. I live a good life. I had a good childhood. I even went to private school. But for some reason, whenever my mom pissed me off or my dad did something I didn't want to like, I always thought about getting a big ass stick, a little red piece of cloth, tying it together, and putting all of the important stuff in my life, like the PS4, in the sack, and walking right out. I feel like this is a Canon event, not just for guys. I feel 100%. Sometimes the sad thing is, bro, like you'll actually do it, and then your mom says, "Come inside," and dinner's on the table, and then you start thinking, "Damn, how the fuck am I gonna eat? I have no money. McDonald's is not hiring a fucking 8-year-old," and then suddenly it's like your household doesn't sound that bad anymore. Yo. I don't know what y'all niggas is talking about.
I feel like it's everybody. We as men are the ones who are actually the closest to doing it. Because I'm not gonna lie, one time I literally started packing my bags because I
ain't gonna lie, bro, you're not painting a good picture for yourself, bro. Nigga said he ate 75 cookies and said, ew, a job. That's insane. I did try to run away once. I made it to Canarsie. That's actually pretty far. I never made it past, like, down the block. I ain't gonna lie, nigga, outside is scary, bro. Like, in Nashville, Tennessee, bro, you might be outside for a little bit, bro. You might really be thinking, like, yeah, I could get away with this. And then your stomach start rumbling. And then suddenly it's like, okay, yeah, I gotta take my ass right back inside because the spaghetti and meatballs about to get cold. But in New York, it's like, now suddenly there's a nigga with a needle in his arm across the street from you. So before dinner's made, I make the decision that, like, yeah, I probably don't even necessarily need to be out here, bro. Like, I don't know. Yeah, what happened, Keith? Like, did your mom come and grab you? Like, what happened?
My mom pissed me off so much. And I was almost done doing it. I was so close to committing. And then I realized how badly my mom would beat my ass if I actually ran away. So I just stayed. That's what usually happens. Because it's never worth the beating because they will find you. But usually that type of stuff will happen when you get grounded. And something else you would do when you're grounded is thing number 7, reading a Diary of Wimpy Kid book. I don't know why we all did this, but we all read that book in our floor. Whenever
they just looked so cool. Like, it made the study, like, how Diary of a Wimpy Kid got the most fucking stupid, insufferable children to read needs to be studied, bro. Like, I don't know how they did it, but they managed to do it. They made reading look appealing. Like, the books just look cool. Like, I don't know. It just made you want to read it. And then the movies, too, were so good. Well, I'm not going to say they were good, but, nigga, I liked them. But, yeah. I ran away once, and my Jamaican mother was not happy. She ain't beat your ass enough, nigga. You be wildin' nowadays. I got all the books. Let me tell you where I stopped. Roderick Rules, I read that. Last Straw, Dog Days, Ugly Truth, Cabin Fever, Third Wheel. I stopped right here. I stopped at the third. No. Yeah, I stopped at the third wheel. I stopped at the third wheel. This was it. And I remember I actually gave my friend this book, Cabin Fever. Never got it back. But it's all good because I still fuck with him. Gang, I tried asking Oliver if I could stay with him or at least charge my phone. Nigga was nowhere to be found. Thank God, bro, I didn't know how to retrace my steps. I came right back to the crib. Okay, that makes sense because you were still old enough to where, nigga, you could probably have told your mom that that shit was an outing. And now you running away. Yeah. Even the do-it-yourself, John. The do-it-yourself, John. Yo, that response was mad funny. I stopped at hard luck. I stopped at hard luck in the long hall. In the library. I don't got the movie one, though. Yeah, like, it might have been hard. Nah, I definitely stopped at the third wheel, bro. I had all the books for real. Because it was after 5th grade. I remember I bought the whole set in a fucking, at the book fair. Up until the most recent ones, and then, yeah. Roderick Rules was the best one in my opinion. Nah, you're not lying. Even the movie, Roderick Rules is like, bro, that movie was goated. I can't even lie. Classic, man, classic.
All did this, but we all read that book in our floor whenever our parents took away our phones or PS4s or whatever. Like it was just canon event to the fullest.
And that
if
shit
you
actually,
wasn't a guy,
like, you actually
girl,
enjoyed
you would
reading
probably
this shit
read
too,
the
bro. It
Dork
wasn't just for the
Diaries. I feel like guys also read
Facts.
the Big Nate
that was
books,
like
stuff like that. It's just that same type of category genre. And I would always get those books at the Scholastic Book Fair too, bro. Cause like, whenever that boy Jeff Kinney cooked up a book, I ain't gonna lie, niggas was on they seats, on they toilet, locked into them joints. I'm not gonna lie. But something that's also tough though is number 8. Realizing you'll never go pro in this.
Niggas ever read Bones? I don't think so. I don't think so. It was called Judy something. It was a book. It was called Judy. I forgot the fucking name, bro. I can't even lie. Judy Moody. Judy Moody. That was another one niggas used to read. That shit was valid. But I never read Bones though. I never read Dork Diaries either, cause like the thing is I tried, like I was always interested, but then niggas would be like, yo, that's for girls. Fucking dick suckers, bro. So I just never read it. But yeah. You gotta look up this shit, Bones. Hold on, let me see. Oh, these shits? I remember seeing these. I never read them, though. I never read them. I deadass never read them. I like Captain Underpants, too. I always thought it looked stupid, so I never read it. I don't know. Captain Underpants as, like, I don't know. I can't speak on it, though. I never wrote it. Stole some.
Sport you love. You know, as a man, I feel like this is actually the most heartbreaking thing you can go through. Because yeah, fumbling a 10 out of 10 is bad, but there will always be more fish in the sea. With your sport though, you only really get one chance at this. And once you finally had that moment of realization that you will never go pro in your sport, whether it's basketball, football, it's truly one of the most heartbreaking things you can ever go through. I remember I was a big basketball player back in middle school, and when I got to high school, I thought it was gonna be the same thing. And then one random day, Darius Garland pulled up to my local gym, and I realized very quickly that NBA was never going to be a reality. But I was delusional, so I thought, you know what,
Darius
maybe
Garland
if I really ball out my freshman year, I can get some looks. You know, I could really go crazy in a good route leading up to my senior year. Well, I was a JV bench player, and I was.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He got farther than a lot of people, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I remember going into high school. The moment I realized I wasn't going to the NBA was the first day that we had gym. There was some niggas who didn't even make the team that were dead ass better than me. And that's when I knew, like, yeah, it's time to hang it up. I still made the team. I even played for a little bit. Wasn't for me, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. It wasn't for me. I didn't deserve that spot at all. Trust me, I did not deserve that spot at all. Because it's like, I didn't even care for the shit. And the thing is, bro, like, a lot of people, they see it as like, oh, this heartbreaking thing, bro. But, like, some people come to the realization that they're not making it to the league, like, their junior, senior year. I realized this shit early. That's a blessing, in my opinion. Imagine going to a D1 college just to not go pro. That would suck ass. Nah, yeah, it's like you did all that shit. You're playing basketball all this time, knowing damn well it was bitches out there to get. knowing damn well it was money out there to be made, and then it's like, nigga, it's like, for what? For nothing, bro. I'm sorry. Never got to be a pro ballerina. F's in the chat for Digi's dance career, bro. Real shit. How do you even go about being a pro ballerina? Like, do you gotta, like, what do you have to do? Like, what's that process look like? And how does someone fuck that up? My brother does basketball in college. That's what's up. That's what's up. How tall is he? I'm glad I chose other shit. Nah, yeah, bro. Cause I realized that shit early, bro, and it gave me mad time to like just reroute. Like once you realize it freshman year, it's like all you have is time to figure out what you really want to do, right? So you gotta audition 8 weeks in a row. Oh hell no, it's never that deep, bro. What the fuck? No, me too. Yeah, bro. Like it is what it is. He's 6'4", but he not serious like he say he is. Mm, yeah. Does he still want to go to the league? Cause that might be a problem. I ain't even gonna lie. But it's a mindset thing, bro. You gotta dead ass want that shit.
Was good too.
Or
I
you
was
could just be like
averaging
Jokic
20 points
and
a game, but the coaches
not
just
really
didn't
want
mess
it.
with me.
But
But then I thought, you know what,
you're
maybe the coaches
living
are just, you
inside.
feel me, purely hating on me, which they were. But then I thought, you know what, maybe I need to transfer somewhere to get more PT. Maybe that's what I really needed. And then I realized that I was never gonna grow past the height of 5'9". Yeah, I haven't grown since freshman year. So yeah, I'm basically trying to say I'm
That's
5. But every man
tough.
has to go through that phase to realize you're just a regular guy. Just because every motivational speaker tells you that you can do whatever you want in this life doesn't mean you actually can do it. I'm just keeping it real. Because I'm sorry, buddy, if you're 5'4" and you're trying to be an NBA basketball player in this economy, in this league, I'm gonna be honest, brother, we have Wimby's playing point guard, bro. You're not Muggsy Bogues, bro. But another tough realization that we've all been through. Realizing that you're in the friend zone. And I don't care who you think you is. We've all been in this category. As a guy, we've all thought,
Bro, and during those 8 weeks, instructors from France, Croatia, Russia, watch and judge, and yeah, and them Europeans, nigga, they don't fuck around, bro. They don't fuck around. If they're anything like the modeling industry, I know they weird about like weight and stuff like that too, right? Yeah, I'm 5'1". Can I be the next Darius Garland? Uh, no. You can be the first baby Digi though. Who wants to be Darius Garland, bro? Come on. Yes, they are. Yeah, I'm already knowing.
once if we were a good enough friend to a girl that she would eventually crack and decide to settle down with us. But another canon event that we've all been through is realizing that that's not how life works. Matter of fact, she actually knows that you like her. Yeah, he doesn't care, and she'll still use you for free car rides, free.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. This was me for like the first half of my life, bro. It's dead ass sad. And you know what it is, bro? I blame the Disney movies, bro, and I blame my fucking parents for telling me all you have to do is be polite to a girl, hold the door open for her, nigga. I was even out there buying bitches food, bro. That shit was sad. Wondering why the bum ass niggas that treat girls like shit and fucking jerseys, Nike sweaters smelling like shit after basketball practice is out there fucking the bitches that I want, bro. That shit crazy. That shit crazy, bro. Thank you, nigga. Sparky, a hater. That nigga Spanky just don't understand. My nigga. She's fine. Listen, bro. If y'all want to live in y'all delusional, I get it, because you feel me. I get it. But I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. It's not happening. Not at all. I wouldn't put my... Like, listen, here's what you got to do if you want a nigga to tell you the truth. Ask them if they put their parlay on it. I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't. Would you put your parlay on it, Kane? I've twice in my life, and after that, I got a reality check. What word is that? I'ma be bold. You buy me food. I never mind. Well, back to the video.
Money, free food, and free attention. This is one of the toughest realities we had to learn as a man, but every man has to go through it. I remember I was 13 and there was this girl I liked and she broke her foot. So I offered literally carry her around the school because we were just good friends. She ended up
bro.
She and she actually ended up getting pregnant by another guy at 13, but that's
Oh, you dodged a bullet, twin. I can't even lie, bro. Listen, that would have made me feel a lot better about myself. It's sad to say, but like real shit, that would have, bro. Like I know a lot of niggas about at that time they would have felt like, damn, bro, it was supposed to be me. It wasn't supposed to be you, buddy. Like I ain't gonna lie, 13, nah, boy. Mm-mm. Nope, nope, nope. I'm sorry, bro. Broken foot, you worried about getting fucked at 13, bro? Come on, man. Do better.
But another pain that we all had to go through is going to the bathroom in a public setting and not knowing the urinal rule. And every single guy watching this video knows exactly what I'm talking about. I remember
I never went through this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was made very, very clear. Sometimes it was common sense because it's like, yo, bro, I always felt uncomfortable when I was taking a piss and niggas was standing next to me. Do you think chat would be disappointed if I got another cookie? I mean, we don't, to be fair, to be 100% fair with you, bro, we don't have any expectations from you. So I don't think they'd be disappointed. Would you probably get baked if you announced it? Probably. But, you know, there's that. Pregnant at 13, yeah, I don't, like, that's just insane. Social norms, gang. I knew this since the jump. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is, like, something that people had to learn. Let's see what he say. I'm gonna get, like, 3 more. Oh, no, you fat-ass nigga, my nigga. Yo, go get a salad, you gargantuan piece of shit. Keep your head out the cookie jar. Nigga didn't even say hand. He know that nigga go straight neck down deep into that cookie jar, bro. God damn. 73 cookies, nigga, for calories. Are you gonna work that shit out, nigga? Like, yo, bro. On God, if I ate that many cookies, bro, my stomach would be hurting too much to even get up, let alone work out. Like, what the fuck are you doing, nigga? Hopefully that encouraged you to not eat the cookie.
A kid that was at my school, and it was like a student teacher day or whatever.
Also, what kind of cookies? If they Chips Ahoy's, I might let you rock. I got 5. Oh yeah, you're fucked. You're fucked. I'm gonna say an extra long goodbye for you because this might be your last chat, bro.
For some reason, the parents were on campus. And I walked into the bathroom, and there was a grown-ass man using the left urinal. And the middle and right one were open. And according to the urinal...
Oh my God, I don't know what it was, bro. When I went to LA, it's like no one cared, bro. Like, when I go to certain other states, like, especially, like, the more... I can't even say it, bro. I went to LA, bro. It's like, yo, you had mad stalls to choose from. I went all the way to the left. I kid you not, bro. Some fucking Mr. Noodle looking ass white niggas standing directly next to me, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, you had all these choices, bro. I wanted to whip my shit out and piss on the back of his head right there, bro. Fuck you standing next to me for, bro.
Rule. If there are 3 urinals, you have to use the left, you have to use the right, and it's the center one's the only one available. You wait your turn. Unless they have blockers. Like,
why is this such a hard thing to conceptualize, bro?
But as a kid, I didn't know that, so I ended up using the middle one right beside him. And I remember to this day, the look that this man gave me was a look of absolute disgust. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as he got done pissing, turned to me, patted me on the back, and said, "Son, heads up, whenever you use the bathroom, you never piss right beside another man." I've never seen that man ever again, but I thank that man for truly changing my life. But this is one of those rules that once you learn it, never forget it, or else niggas will clown you. Something else that we've all been through in the bathroom, though, is being around that one kid who decides to just pull down his whole pants just to take a little piss in the urinal.
I hated these types of people, bro. Like, you know these niggas was retarded, bro. You know these was the same niggas that needed extra time on the test, bro. You know these was the same niggas that was eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches at lunch, bro. You know these was the same niggas that was taking like 3 cartons of chocolate milk, bro. Oh my God, I hated these niggas so bad, bro. I hated these niggas so bad, bro. Why are you pulling all, like, oh my God, bro. Oh my fucking God, bro. The only thing worse than this was the niggas that actually took a shit in the urinals. Like, why the fuck? Like, why would it ever get to that point? How did you make it past grade 3, bro? I don't know why people did this, bro. I swear to God, I seen shit in the urinal before. I swear to God, I seen shit in the urinal, bro. Oh my God. This might be racist, but I seen this happen, and it was always an Asian kid that did this shit. I don't know how that would be racist. That's just your experience. I don't know how that would be connected to how Asian niggas, why they would do that. But, like, shit, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Oh, wait, I think I get why you're saying that. Listen, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't, God. Anyway, shit in the urinal, I swear to God. I seen one kid piss in the sink. I'm telling you, bro, it's like niggas would just be bored in the bathroom just doing anything. And then them niggas that would look over the fucking urinal when you taking a shit, bro, for nothing, or just troll you. Like, I hate, like, this is why people were scared to use the bathroom, bro. I don't know what it is. That's why so many niggas got millions of views making videos about school bathrooms, bro, because, like, that's just when the craziest shit would go down. Yeah, nigga, what the fuck? How I'm gonna wash my hands? In the sink. you gotta just make it, just gotta make sure your shit don't touch the back or the sides of the sink. Damn, it's getting cold. Getting cold because you might be slowly dying from high cholesterol from the cookies, bro. Now let me stop making fun of you, bro. But on real shit though, you did like chill on the cookies though, like real shit. Like it's not healthy.
This one was horrible. Usually it will be the special ed kids, but at the same time, it's like, brother, please have some common sense. That's such a great statement. And usually they would be farting too, and they would just thinking this. But at the same time, we've all done it when we was younger, and then we had a grown man walk into the bathroom and instruct us to never do that again, and then we changed our ways. Something that we haven't changed as guys is number 11 or 12, I don't know at this point. Putting your hands in your pants for warmth on an ice cold freezing day. This one I know we've all done. I'm actually doing it right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Sometimes I do it even when it's not cold. It's just a comfortable position to be in.
It's amazing. It's one of the most sensational feelings ever. You get to put your hand next to life. It's amazing. I don't know. It's just vibes. Here's the thing with this stuff. You got to be very careful where you do this act, because doing it while nobody's around is cool, but if you're in a crowded room, space, and you just got your hands in your pants,
when it's mad women
that's
around,
where the creep allegations come in, and you don't want that. They don't understand, but at the same time, let be classy. Speaking of balls, the next Canon event that we've all been through is chilling around the house playing GTA or Fortnite or something, and then all of a sudden, randomly, you just feel a sharp pain in your balls, and you just start clenching them. You start grabbing them. You start praying to God because you think that you'll never have kids again. You start wondering if you have cancer, or maybe you got an STD, or maybe if you gooned too much. I don't know what you did. And then after it goes away, you immediately get on your knees and pray to God, promising him you would never jerk off again.
I don't relate to this one. The closest thing I could probably say is when you sit on your nuts, or like when you just get a sharp pain in your chest out of nowhere, and then you deadass think you having a heart attack, and you're like, oh my god, I'm fucking dying. And then, like, you know, depending on how bad that shit is, you know, you might have an anxiety attack. Like, I went through shit like that, but this, nah. My friend told me that a girl put pads on the ceiling. Ew, bro. Fucking ugh. I've eaten 7K in total today, so I'm probably good. You gotta be trolling, I'm not gonna lie. You gotta be trolling. And Russ, it's exclamation point Instagram, I think. For my Instagram. Y'all men are very interesting. Listen, don't call it, I don't relate to this. I don't relate to this. Thanks, no problem. I should probably change it to Insta, right? Yeah, we'll see.
And if he heals your pain, and then 3 nights later you end up jerking off again. But hey, game is game. But after you goon, you get a negative feeling.
Make
you
it
feel
5.
shame. You promise to God you will never do it again. Yet you feel defeated. See, this right here is what we call post-nut clarity, which is the next Canon event and probably the most popular one. Because the only time that you won't feel this is after the first one you do. Back when you were most likely younger, which is sick. Honestly, it's sad.
That too, and zipping up your pants and your shit getting caught. Oh my god, bro, that shit was so bad to the point where, like, that doesn't really happen to me that often, but the few times that it did happen, it was so bad to the point where, like, I never wanted to go through that shit again, bro. So I made sure that shit never happened, bro. Like, that shit was bad.
That so many little kids.
Sometimes your hairs would get caught. Oh god.
Gooning, but it's whatever, I guess. And after that first goon, you felt alive. You felt like you just discovered the greatest thing on earth. Then after that second one, you really quickly realized that you just formed.
Yeah, I believe it. I would hope it didn't happen to you.
Lucky to get out of. There's downhill, and you just keep on getting more downhill until you eventually stop and become a better human being. Which a lot of y'all haven't done.
Well,
at the same time, though, you will never escape post-nut clarity. Even though I had one homie who did it like 10 times a day, and apparently he just stopped having it. But he also looked very depressed, so I think he just had it permanently. You already know what I'm gonna say though. Game is game, jizzle is jizzle, and don't fiddle your pickle. Let's get to it. But it's a part of
post-nut clarity. Do I have any? Now, 10 times a day is insane. Like, yeah, you got too much time on your hands, bro. I'm not even going front. What's good, Tay, by the way? For fuck. I'm trying to think if I like, because I was never a huge fan of choking my pickle, bro. Like, it's just not something that I really did, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there were a few times where, like, I had some dark nights, and you know, but honestly, yeah, like I don't. Let's move on, bro. Post nut Claire, yeah, yeah.
Being a man, and game is game, and that's just how life is. When you retain that, though, you will get
A hobby
superpowers.
is
Powers
real.
that would never be feasible to that average gooning man. And you do that as soon as you get into the next canon event, aka.
It is real though. I'm not gonna lie, bro. But see, that's the reason why I don't do that shit. Cause it's just like, I don't know. It has to be a dark night, bro, where it's just nothing else to do.
Semen retention. Every single man has gone through this. I don't care what y'all say. We've all gone through semen retention. We thought that by holding our seed, we would turn into spiritual soul or something. In all reality, you kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of get superpowers. You feel like you can move mountains, start thinking more clearly. You start getting more ideas. There's really no negative to holding your seed. And then we eventually all fail. But at the same time, we keep on going. But the first time you go on this path, you think you're a superior human being. You think you're better than everybody because you can hold your seed. You call all of the regular 1 to 2 times a week gooners peasants in your eyes. You think they're just weak, inferior beings, and that's just how you will think until you eventually become one of them again. Game is game. But the last canon event I want to talk about is video games falling off as you get older. This one's more of a maturity thing. Bro. As you get older, I don't know if it's just me, but like video games just aren't as fun anymore. Like the only games I play now is NCAA, and it's really just to cool down or just to beat my friends. I'm not gonna lie, I can't get immersed in a game nowadays like I did back when I was younger.
I can, but it definitely doesn't hit the same, especially if it's like a newer game to where you have to refamiliarize yourself with controls and different concepts and shit. It just like, I don't know what it is. It's just like, I don't know. It doesn't really, it's not like what it like. I remember being so excited to get home from school and hop on a game, and like it really felt like you were a part of the universe, bro. Now it deadass feels like I'm a nigga playing games. Like, I don't know, I'm not as immersed. It has to be like once in a while you'll have a good ass night where it's just like, I bet everybody's on, everyone's playing, you dead ass feel like a kid again. And then you try to recreate that day. And then you try again. And then niggas start telling you to buy games that they never play. And then it's just like, it sucks. Fort with the boys just be fun because it's just with the boys. Yeah, even when I sucked at Fortnite, like, it was still fun, but nah, bro, after a while. Sparkin held me for like 5 days, Rivals held me for like 2 weeks. I still play Rivals, I can't lie. Rivals is still fun. But after a certain point, bro, it's like you're not getting anything unless you're playing it competitively, bro. It's just kinda ass. Just boys being boys. Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I thought that's what he said when I first read it, bro. I was trying not to be weak, but yeah. To feel like that, I just play basketball. That's a fact. Basketball never fell off. If anything, I enjoy basketball to an extent more now because I take it less seriously. So there's less of an incentive of, I gotta prove to this nigga that I'm nice. Now it's like, I don't really give a fuck, bro. A nigga tells me to get a rebound and I just fall back to the 3-point line to take my shot even though I'm 0 for 5. Who cares? What is he gonna tell me, nigga? You know you're not making it to the league. I know I'm not making it to the league. Just way less pressure. Can't relate. I only play comp with my brother. Yeah, but you feel me? Basketball is only fun when you got comp. It's all love at the end of the day. I think it's mainly fun when you're playing against your friends. For me, I don't care to play niggas that's mad nice, bro. Like I am. Like I don't even got the stamina for that shit no more, bro.
Maybe it's because I got responsibilities, or maybe it's just because games fell off. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of sad. Hopefully GTA 6 can bring that back out of me. But till then, we will see. But I feel like every man kind of goes through this, and if you didn't, shouts out to you. But hey, go ahead and tell me anything I missed. If you like this video, go tap into my streams. They're very entertaining too. I'll be doing yaps, vlogs, challenges. It's crazy. It's fire. It's blowing up right now. Also, post Cloudy here. Go tap into my Discord. We have a very thriving community, and I know you will love it. And plus, if you love me, you'll love it even more. Joe, go tap in. Link to the Cord is the top pin comment. You can't miss it. And add me on Snapchat and follow me on Twitter. Blah blah blah. Yeshua loves you. I love you. Thank you. Goodbye. We out. Stay blessed.